I'm going to start to add some furniture to my house, and to do that I can use the 3D warehouse or I can create it myself. That is up to you. You may want to bring in your furniture design pieces that you made before. It's kind of nice to use things that you've already made again. So you could go up here and click onto the warehouse. It's going to ask you to sign in and make a password. In here you can search for lots of different things. You can type anything you want up in the search bar. It gives you a whole bunch of different things to select from. I have noticed, however, that sometimes it doesn't load warehouse items into the model, and that can get a little confusing sometimes. A workaround for that is instead to use your components window. When you click the home button, you're going to see all the components that are in your model. What you can do is search the warehouse through this search bar. So here I'm going to type in contemporary kitchens, and it's going to do a little search. It might take a little while. This is a kitchen that I've seen before. You'll notice that all I have to do here is click on it. It will automatically load into my SketchUp model. Sometimes it takes a little while. The models tend to be larger from the warehouse because they're usually a mix of a lot of different components. So you can see that it's going to take a little bit of time to add it to my model. But here it is, and lucky for me, it's actually scaled pretty well. You might find that when you load models in from the warehouse that the scale is a little bit off. And so it may work for you and it may not work for you. You'll also notice, and I'm just going to move this layers. You'll also notice that this is all grouped together. That means that in order to use the individual parts and move them, we're going to have to explode this view. Now, before I do anything else, I'm going to create a layer that is for the kitchen furniture. So I'm going to make a layer and I'm going to call it kitchen. I am going to select this whole model here and then go up to my entity info window, and I'm going to add it to the kitchen furniture. And now if I turn off the kitchen furniture, it will go away so that I know it's all on this layer. I definitely don't want this configuration necessarily, but I do want these parts potentially, especially this refrigerator. Remember that what you will do is you select your pointer tool, you're going to click on it, and then you're going to double click to get into edit mode. What you'll see here is each one of these chairs is its own group. The refrigerator is its own group. The oven is its own group. The stovetop and the fan is also its own group. This is just really a box. The sink is located in its own group as well. So actually the individual pieces here are the things that we can use in our model if we want to. But in order to do that, we need to explode it. So I am going to go over here to the original group. I'm going to explode. I'm going to explode it, hopefully. Here it is, yes. And now I have a couple individual components to use, and I can access all these. I had an idea that I was going to use the refrigerator in this area over here. So I'm going to move that refrigerator over into this area, but I also have to flip it, although I might be able to put the refrigerator facing that way. So maybe we'll try that first. So I'm going to grab this and I'm going to grab it on the bottom and I'm going to slide it over to the area where I want to put it. Now remember that you do have to change your view. Now this is floating, right? So I want to bring it up just a little bit. If it jumps around like that, it's jumping around. You just need to bring it up, and I need to draw that back corner and then align it here. And now I can zoom out and I can see how that fits. It looks like it fits pretty good. I could even bring it over here into the corner a little more. It can get a little bit confusing because often you don't know where you are. And what you can do to alleviate that is to change your field of view. To do that, you're going to go up to the camera, go down to field of view, and you can see that it's set at 60 degrees. The default is 32. Right now we're looking into the bathroom, and I want to get into the kitchen. It actually allows me to mouse around the kitchen and see things as it would actually be if I was standing there. So now I get a sense of where the refrigerator is. There's starting to be a lot of things in this model so that it's probably going to lag a little bit. I'm going to also rotate this because I'm not 100% sure that I like where it is. Go here and maybe rotate this out, and I'm going to slide it out. But that's basically how you would move these things around. I could also see if I can put this whole piece into the kitchen. I don't know that it will actually all work. So I'm going to triple click all of this. I'm going to hold the shift key. Here's my oven, triple click. And if I move this, maybe it'll bring the oven with it. Ah, it won't. Okay. But that's kind of good, because if you did want to just use the stove top and the oven in a different place, or you wanted to make a wall oven or something, you could use these two pieces to create a custom kitchen. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that up, and then we're going to get on to adding textures and adding the roof. But you should go in and fill your spaces with some furniture. I wanted to show you what the final kitchen ended up looking like. I did change it around a little bit from the original tutorial. I moved the refrigerator into the corner here, and I modified the counter to fit into that space, but still used the cooktop and the oven, the fan, and the sink in that space. On the other side, I modified the countertop to pull out a little bit and become a breakfast bar. I did have to shorten it a little bit on this side in order to make it fit, but it worked out pretty nicely. So this is just an example of how you can customize the items from the warehouse and make them fit in your model.